基本法確保咗一國兩制可以行穩致遠，令香港保持獨特地位。
低稅率以及健全嘅基礎建設，亦都令到香港有非常之好嘅營商環境。
香港完善嘅法制，令經濟穩定繁榮。
國安法令社會安定，自然更有利營商環境啦。香港同祖國緊密聯繫，亦都係中國一個面向國際嘅窗口。呢個地位可以話係世界上獨一無二。
基本法第115條保障咗我哋嘅貨物、無形財產，甚至係資本嘅流動自由。
無論係內地或外地企業同香港公司合作，就係雙贏。
我哋香港人有國際視野，產品融合中西文化，靈活運用兩地嘅資源同埋優勢，能夠創造出更加高嘅價值。
做初創有政府支持好重要。我哋喺2016年加入咗數碼港培育計劃，幫助我哋發展得更加成功。
我相信完善嘅金融體系以及法治係非常之適合我哋喺香港建設我哋嘅業務。
喺基本法嘅保障之下，香港喺大灣區開發之中擔任重要角色，可以見香港嘅年輕人機遇良多啊！
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the HKTDC Entrepreneur Day 2022. The section HKTDC times Hang Seng InnoClub Female Entrepreneurship in Hong Kong will soon begin. The session is conducted in English. Simultaneous interpretation in Cantonese and Putonghua is available. For physical participants joining us here, you may get a headset at the reception. Channel 1 is for Cantonese and Channel 2 is for Putonghua. For participants joining us online, you may select the audio channel below the video frame, and you're also welcome to raise questions through the Q&A box. Selected questions will be asked at the Q&A session towards the end. And we are very pleased to have Ms. Anina Ho, COO of QonBay, Ms. Anina Ho, COO and co-founder of Custonomy, Ms. Linda Chen, co-founder and CEO of Galaxy Labs, and Ms. Bowie Lau, founder and managing director of MaGEHold and MaGESpire. Without further ado, the session will now begin. May I now pass the time to our first speaker, Ms. Anina Ho, to kickstart the session. Anina, please.
Hello, hi everyone. I'm Anina, the COO of QonBay. So I'd like to introduce my company to you. Actually, I started my first blockchain company in the year of 2015. Originally, we focuses on like supply chain traceability, IP trademark protection, and we have also complete a platform that provides merchants and consumers to for some authenticated goods. And but the thing is, as our platform evolves, we have integrated a lot of new functions. So I'm going to play the video and show you some of our new functions. So as our platforms developed, we have integrated the digital wallets, the crypto fiat payment solutions, NFTs, and Metaverse. So as you can see from here, we have just completed a project that linked up the products from developing countries and try to sell this product to a developed world. So for each of the product, we have produced an NFT for it, and we try to prove its safety, sustainability, and traceability, and or even the product of origin. Because a lot of developed countries, they criticize about the origin of the products from the developing countries, such as have they ever used child labor? Or is it from a sweatshop? So we try to use NFT and blockchain to prove that it is actually practicing the World Fair trade practice. And at the same time, while we provide the NFT, we have also provided Metaverse for them to showcase their products. So for the Metaverse, we try to facilitate trade between the wholesalers and the suppliers. So when you look at this, for the buyers from the developed countries, when they enter the Metaverse, they can try to choose the products that they prefer and try to seek and trace the origin of the products. And at the same time, as I've just mentioned, we have also integrated the digital wallets, the crypto fiat payment. So actually, they can make the payment right away within the Metaverse to facilitate all kinds of transactions. So when you look at our Metaverse, we have created different shop areas. So in which, as I've just shown, we have created different NFTs or digital twins for the physical goods. At the same time, they can feature and showcase the products within this Metaverse. So whenever we organize all sorts of activities, for example, like exhibition or seminars, the different avatars from different countries, they can communicate. And at the same time, they can place order right away. So this is what we have provided and done so far. Thank you.
Thank you so much for Anina's insightful sharing. Definitely helps us to better understand the capability of your platform. So next up, we'll have Ms. Anina Ho, COO and co-founder of Custonomy. Annie, the stage is yours.
Thank you. So hi, everyone. My name is Annie. I'm the COO of Custonomy. Actually, Custonomy is a Hong Kong-based startup, and we have our homegrown technologies that are based on MPC technologies, multi-party computations, and cryptography to build a patent-pending key management solutions for enterprise. So our solutions is basically for enterprise, a wallet solutions for them to manage their crypto asset. So no matter it is token, currency, or NFT, or even smart contract, they can manage all their assets using our platform. So I think a lot of people will be quite cautious about the wallet right now after the FTX issues. So basically our solutions is offering a non-custodial wallet. So as an enterprise, it is very easy for them to assign different people in the company to help manage the asset together for a different kind of asset. And because of Metaverse is a very hot topic, right? So today we have speakers from Metaverse experts. And we found that a lot of enterprise, they have built a very nice Metaverse or have a lot of NFTs. But one of the issues is their community or their fans are still not a crypto native people. They don't have a wallet, right? So how can they enjoy the Metaverse? So because of this, basically we use our technologies. We can even help the enterprise to issue a very simple non-custodial wallet for the users, where the users no need to manage any private key. But that doesn't mean it's not secure, okay? It's just we have our technologies to use a password to encrypt into the whole cryptography and calculate the secret on the fly. So that means the user no need to manage it, but in fact, they are still very secure. All the transactions have been issued and approved by them before they can send out the asset. So even the company or enterprise themselves are not able to take away your asset anymore. And that's why we are always thinking, be your own bank or you manage your own key. This is your own asset. Okay, and our company has started 2 years ago. Okay, we have different partners in Hong Kong, and I'm sure that if any enterprise that they have different needs in managing their asset or doing the Web3 business or even want to do a custody service, you can just feel free to come talk to us. We will always be here and right next to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Annie, for insightful sharing. Maybe some of us may be interested in having your service to manage their digital assets someday. So next up, we'll have Ms. Linda Chen, co-founder and CEO of Galaxy Labs. Linda, the stage is yours.
Hello, everyone. I'm Linda from Galaxy Lab. So I'm the co-founder and CEO, and also happy to meet the fellow female entrepreneurs and hear all your story on building on blockchain and Web3. So I have a very similar business. I I basically, since beginning of last year, 2021, I have been in the NFT business because I used to be a blockchain developer. So when there was a blockchain like NFT boom last year, when everyone was like, wow, there are so many news about these crazy sales of NFT, and people start wondering, how can they launch their NFT collection, right? So that's how I started my kind of first business in this Web3 kind of industry, because a lot of people were looking for a technical solution, in terms of issuing NFT or later on getting into a metaverse. Because of my technical background, I'm able to provide that. And also in the time, NFT wasn't like the hardest kind of blockchain technology around. Like before that, people were mostly interested in something like payment and maybe some other infrastructures technology on blockchain. So, but NFT was something I knew because I just got interested, I think maybe in 2017. So last year we started with quite a few premium clients in the space. We have Option House, Poly Option, one of the biggest options house in China, to issue their launch their NFT project, and also we have a movie company who work with us also in the technical aspect to do that. And why we started Metaverse this year, which is what Galaxy Lab does, is also because of those part of like bigger Web3 trend. Because after NFT, right, a lot of people are like, where are we going next? So now we've launched all these like cute-looking pixel arts. We gather a lot of users, a lot of buyers in our communities, and how do we engage them further? What they're looking in this market. So we understand from that point onwards, there is a need for further engagement with these Web3 users. In another space, not 2D art, but this time it'll be 3D. So that's why we continue to build, and we built a metaverse this year called Moonland Metaverse. And we're so honored to be partnering with some of the biggest organizations in Hong Kong, like Hang Seng Bank. We just successfully launched a metaverse party last night, and also we have some others payment gateway to work with us, like Asia Pay. So what this tells us is definitely not just the Web3 side of user are interested in this new way of engagement, but also, there are organizations, companies in Hong Kong, they're also looking ways to engage their customer through this channel. So what's so special about Moonlight is, first of all, when we started earlier this year, I think it was February 2022, about maybe like just more than a half years ago. I think it was under a month when I decided I have to do this, because one day my colleague just said to me, like, Linda, I think everyone's like looking to join more metaverse, but there was sandbox, but they're expensive, right? There's obviously not enough supply of land, like in a way, because everything is so limited on, in terms of land supply at that point. So there was like definitely more rooms for new players. So that's why we got in. It was a success, just within a few hours, we sold all our properties, all our lands, and we got all these people signed up for that. We built on Solana blockchain, so I would say we are the first Asia metaverse that sold out on Solana. That was quite a significant achievement. We reached the highest volume on chain and some of the single days during the month. That all tells us we're in the right track of this, and that's why we keep building. We keep building, and even though it's something very new to me, I don't think because the thing with entrepreneurship, it's not just about what you know already, because in this space, every day the business is evolving, because there are so many new ideas coming out, and people are trying to grab it and execute it. So it's so hard to keeping pace with these development, even whether you're female or male, no matter where you're from. I think it's about the dedication or the willingness to commit to a new project, to a new technology, and a new idea. So that's what I've been doing in my journey. Even though I'm very new to game, I was like, wow, but I think I may have a chance to pull this off. So that's how I started, and that's how I continue with my journey here. So look forward to sharing more in the sessions later. Thank you.
Thank you, Linda, and definitely we are all very excited to learn what's next on your company's roadmap. Next up, we'll have Ms. Bowie Lau, founder and managing director of MaGEHold and MaGESpire. Bowie, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, perfect. Thank you.
Great. Well, thank you, HKTDC, for organizing this awesome event and also the kind invitation to participate in this session. So I apologize for not being able to come in physically to the event, but I have a little deck that I prepared to share with you what I do. So I'm Bowie, based out of Hong Kong. So I'm a woman with few hats. One of them is a company called MaGEHold, which is an angel investment group based out of Hong Kong and Singapore. I'm a founder of MaGESpire, which is a technology education and also venture development group based out of Hong Kong and Singapore as well. I'm also active in the VC space, so I'm a partner of this VC fund called True Global Ventures. And also indirectly, I joined this crypto fund called Limitless Cap as the LP. Please go to the next slide. Yeah, so give you a little bit information on MaGEHold. So as mentioned, this is an angel investment group. So between myself, my husband, we basically use our own funding without taking any external capital and do direct investment to different startups. We have 50% that's specifically focused in Indian jurisdiction because I do have a deep connection to the country is because my husband is from there. So we invest quite a lot of different technology-driven startups, including the area of AI, big data, blockchain for sure, and also IoT and cybersecurity. So for India, there are many hidden treasures and opportunities. So some of the example I can give you is Settlers, which is a fintech platform where they help with the co-working and co-living space startups. So in general, you spend a lot of capital buying a lot of furniture and electronic appliances when you start a co-working or co-living space. But this company, they provide financing solution to the startup. Instead of buying it, you just finance it, and that saves you a lot of capital. Celsius would be another interesting cold storage solution startup based out of India as well. They have a one-stop shop from the farmer all the way to manufacturer to the retailer all in one. And during the pandemic, they actually been doing extremely well. They even helped the Indian government with lots of medical supply, vaccine delivery. So that's MaGEHold. Next slide, please. True Global Venture is a specific Web3 focused fund. This is a base fund called TGV4. The fund size is about 112 million. We have invested many blockchain focused company in 3 specific vertical, including gaming and entertainment. You will see Animoca Brands and Sandbox. Sandbox, we have invested in them more than 4 years ago. So, second vertical is in financial services, and last but not least is infrastructure/AI and data analytics. And the base fund, this is 112 million as mentioned. We kind of deploy most of the money, which is why we managed to close a follow-on fund in Q2 this year, and very lucky that we were able to close the fund before the crypto winter started. Next slide, please. Besides all these investment, I'm also active doing a lot of educational events out of MaGESpire. So this is the event I recently organized called Game On, which is an event that I worked as part of the Startup Festival and work closely with Invest Hong Kong. Event is about gaming, art, music, and entertainment, but with a core focus on Web3 GameFi, Metaverse, NFT. Next slide. So this is a physical and virtual event where I can give you some highlights. Next slide, please. Another pay it forward way for me is to ensure the gender balance for the event. So out of 80 speakers, I managed to have close to 40% female speakers participating in my event, both this year and last year. Next slide, please. Out of the virtual capability, the event was also available online, where we utilize this one of my portfolio from MaGEHold called Inverse, where you have a metaverse that actually sees the event. And like next slide, I also included a pitch competition where I gave out 10,000 USD as cash prizes to the top 3 startups. And the winners got and gave them lots of opportunity to get visible, to interact with the VC as my judges. So yeah, that's what I like to do, and look forward to share with you more. Thank you.
Thank you, Bowie, for digging into the gist of your investment portfolio over the line. So we will now move on to the panel discussion session. So may I now invite our moderator, Ms. Nancy Cheng, Principal of Strategy and Corporate Development of Hang Seng Bank, to join us on stage, please.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's really impressive to see that there are so many female leaders on these hot topics, metaverse, Web3, and blockchain. Actually, Hang Seng Bank is also very active in this field. This year, we also launched our very first NFT to promote our green finance product. And also, as Linda just mentioned, last night, literally, we host a metaverse event here last night. And so I'm really excited to learn more from all of you, and also to understand more about your business, and also some personal sharing as being a female leader in this field. So maybe my first question is to Annie. So you know, the whole the world is keeps evolving, and now everything is just so different from our last generation. So may I ask you, do you think people are still biased towards female leaders as compared to male leaders, and especially in the tech-related or finance-related field?
To me, I have been working in the tech field for 20 years, okay. I can remember when the first time when I come out to work, right? There is one sentence, I don't know whether it's a compliment or not, okay. You are the youngest female manager. I'm like, why you have to emphasize female? If I'm a male, will you emphasize that I'm the youngest, right? Okay, so at that time, I can feel that they have, you know, some little bit concern about whether it is a male or female. That matters, right? Okay, but I mean, right now, if there is a female executive in this generation nowadays, I think it may not be that emphasized on the gender. People will see the capability more. Okay, and surprisingly, right now, even my startup, when I employ, I try to find a talent from the market, right? The female and male candidate actually are quite balanced. Okay, even my R&D team, to be honest, we have more female than male. Just one more actually, but still more. And when we are doing the recruitment, actually we don't look at the gender. We most likely we look at the capability, the character, and whether they are suitable for the job. Okay, and turn out actually female is definitely same as the male. Okay, so I think from today's it is more balanced. And I don't see we have a lot of problems right now, but I know that in some of the areas that I have been working in some other countries, like in Korea and Taiwan, they still have this kind of female and male difference from their mindset. But as a female, I think in Hong Kong, in this generation, if you have any good ideas or if you want to do anything, just be brave. And then I think the market will accept much more than before.
Thank you, Annie. I think it's about equal opportunity, right? Everyone should have equal opportunity to pursue any things they want, and we should offer them the chance. So my next question is to Linda. So Linda, could you share more about your view on if there are any core differences between male and also female leaders from your perspective?
Yeah, sure. I think obviously the biggest difference is like the physical appearance, but I kind of agree with Annie. I don't think there's anything that stop, like in terms of like, because you're a male or female, the kind of job you're getting or the kind of job you have to do is different. And personally, I think sometimes, I don't try to identify myself as a female founder. I think that's the first thing, because it's a little bit weird when people like emphasizing, oh, like you're a girl, but you work in roughly like so rare. Like that's so true, because personally I've seen a lot of male founder, male CEO, C position guys in this industry, and I just like get so used to working with them, because I don't want to be different. I want to be like, because we all work in this business. There's no any other reason why I can't be like you guys, or I can't be better, or you guys have to treat me like differently. But there's one thing I do want to kind of highlight. Obviously, it's about perspective. It's about bias, and what maybe the people in the industry, whether investor or customer or business partner, are looking at those way, because we all know like FTX and what happened, at those like very big scale of like failure, right? So now people start to understand how it happens, and there are a lot of story. Obviously, a lot has to do with the management of those company, this team, but we all know there's one figure behind the company, Sam Bankman-Fried, and he's constantly being referred, and people look up to him, right? And there's like one analysis on those saying why so many investors willing to put this much money into him without even doing any due diligence, and without even looking closely at the company, because they all trust him because he's a white male, graduated from MIT. His parents are law professor at Stanford. It just take all the bosses, right? And plus he's a white elite and male elite in the industry. So I think between male and female, the opportunities are not equal. That's the only thing I think I'm concerned, and that leads me to maybe work harder, or try harder, because you, as a female, you often have to prove a little bit more. They're like, because in history there's no reference, not that much of a reference of a successful female, like entrepreneurs, right? They're like, oh, there are many successful white male guys, like having successful business in the part. We can reference to that. That's why we approved this guy. We gave him so much money. And as female, they're like, okay, like we can see what you're doing now. It's all good, but but we can't really find anything that match the database, right? That says we can trust you, because the statistic doesn't show that. So I think it's good we're building here, because we definitely need to build the foundation for future, because what we're doing here may be significant for whoever female founder that come after us, and they can always reference to our work, and maybe we can kind of shake up their conversation in the industry, so that people are confident in both male and female founders. So that's my view on those.
Thank you, Linda. And I must say that Linda does really very hard. We work on a project, and she really spends a lot of effort on that. So thank you for your sharing. So my next question is to Anina. So you have shared your amazing platform. So I'm sure that you have spent a lot of time and also effort on that. And may you share some of the greatest challenges that you have encountered during all the journey?
Sure. I think for our company, or even for me, we are always the forerunner. We try to create ideas or plans that we think will thrive in the next 5 to 10 years. But unfortunately, usually I found that the market is not yet ready for this idea. Maybe, for example, like the infrastructure, the technology. So maybe I can just give you an example. Like the previous 2 or 3 times of CSV $5,000 distribution, the government distribution, we have assisted one of the financial app in Hong Kong to implement this campaign. So we have recruited a plethora of merchants, and a lot of them are welcome for us to help them to digitize their e-coupons. So if you visit some of their apps, you'll find a lot of discounted coupons. A lot of them are created by us, okay? But at the same time, when we tell those merchants, how about let's try something further? Let's push to the boundary. Let's get into Web3. Not merely on digital coupons, but try to issue some NFTs or even Metaverse. A lot of merchants will have doubt and skeptical about what is this? I don't even know what you're talking about. Or can I really generate profit by issuing those NFTs? So we have launched quite a number of successful campaigns, such as NFT e-coupons, NFT ticketing, and NFT membership. So we try to blend the Web 2 and Web 3 together. We try to understand the merchant's main points before we try to launch any kind of campaign. So for us, we have encountered lots and lots of failures, iteration, and also a lot of our clients have doubt on what we are doing. But I've always said that try to understand their pain points and their needs, and try to develop something that can, of course, can accelerate them to penetrate into Web3, but at the same time, they feel comfortable to retain in what they're doing. So this is what we are doing right now and how we try to mitigate the problems or risk.
Thank you, Anina. So I have a follow-up question for you. So have you ever felt regret for starting your own business, given all these challenges you have faced?
I'm a serial entrepreneur, yeah. And I have, I really cherish all the relationship with all my partners, my business partners, my mentors. I've definitely learned a lot from them. And also as an entrepreneur, I always think that we are creator, we're innovator, we are thinker. So try not to be, frightened of encountering all those challenges, but try to find ways to cope with them, but be ensure that try not to do everything by ourselves, okay? We need to dedicate and empower our team members because I believe in collaborative powers. So I definitely have no regret of being an entrepreneur, but feel extremely fortunate to have met lots of my good friends, mentors, teammates, to try to add value to our clients, but at the same time, to add values to create a better society.
Thank you, Anina. So I would also like to ask Bowie. Bowie, hello. So
Hi.
Hi. So I just read through your presentation. It seems that your portfolio is large and you're looking at different kind of companies. I'm sure you have encountered a lot of challenges as well. So may you please also share some of the challenges that you have faced and how you solve all these hurdles and lead the company to this shape today?
Sure. Well, first of all, when I started on my entrepreneurial journey, I faced the perfect storm of challenges. One, I was new to entrepreneurship. Two, I did not have a background in finance. And three, I have no clue about the technology. So I have no idea what I needed to do in order to succeed as a technology venture capitalist and a venture builder. And on top of it, the industry in general was somewhat gender biased. That's true. And women had to work harder than men in order to be taken seriously. So thankfully, I have a secret weapon, which is my husband, who was able to coach me to navigate all these three areas and challenges. These helped me to establish myself in a male-dominated field, and I focus on educating myself rigorously over the next couple of years. I started to attend many blockchain and technology-related events and also pursue an MBA to educate myself and address my skill set gap with regard to finance, technology, and entrepreneurship. Also, I was generally stay shy, but push myself, out of my comfort zone and started speaking at events. So it helped me realize that the best way to learn properly is to be able to explain it in the simple terms to others in the public forums. So the journey was not easy. This is for sure, honestly, and it was filled with moments of sweat and tears. But I was determined to succeed, and I'm grateful for all the extraordinary support and encouragement I received from my husband and the rest of my family.
Thank you, Bowie. It's really amazing that you're not from the tech background, but you look after so many tech-related topics now. It's amazing. So I would also like to understand more about you guys' business aspiration. May I ask the question to Annie? So what's your business aspiration? And are you going to expand your current business, or you are looking for other new topics or explore into any new area?
Yeah, the exploration is definitely our mission is we want to create a very safe and easy environment for enterprise to manage or to help enterprise to do a mass adoption of the crypto asset and the crypto industry. And so in our roadmap, actually, we're not only providing hot wallet, but in the future, we also provide complete cold wallet solutions based on our MPC technology. So right now, not only from an online mode, but even your offline mode, you can also use the same secure technologies to help you guys. Well, when talking about expand the region, from a crypto perspective, actually it's boundless. Okay, so basically even from day one, we don't really lock ourselves in a particular region. And we also have partners in Singapore, so definitely expand to other region is one of our goals. And of course, the market that we will expand, we are also around Hong Kong first, and then to Southeast Asia, and then even to UAE region. So from this, we have a lot of different plans. We're very excited about it. And hopefully, you can see our company in every corner of the world.
Wow, it's really exciting. So how about you, Linda? Do you have any ambition, and what's your business aspiration?
Yeah, so we started Moonlight this year, it's barely a year, but we definitely continue, and we want to keep working with Hang Seng and you guys, and to develop more business model. Like we said last night, we're gonna have a social commerce space or metaverse and virtual marketplace as well. But other than that, just personally, I'm a software developer. I'm greatly concerned by the event that happens in the market recently. I've been looking at all this issue. I feel like there could be more that contributed, especially related to the credibility, accountability, and maybe a trust kind of issue around the user, the parties, company involved in blockchain. So I'm actually just like pondering around new ideas about building a safe protocol for all these players involved on blockchain, because right now we're facing a big issue in the industry. People are lacking the faith to participate in like blockchain, whether it's related to financial part or not. It may not be always related to cryptocurrency, but there are a lot of other stuff happening that can be good for the society, but people right now taking a step back. And as if a builder in Web3, we have to address this issue as well. So that's just my other part of while continuing on the metaverse, I want to also help the industry, help ourselves to resolve deals to bring back the confidence from our customer, investor, business partners. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Look forward to more potential from your Moonland. So how about you, Bowie? Would you like to share more about your business plan, your aspiration in the future?
Sure, I'm going to keep it short. So my business aspiration is to expand the business in Asia and beyond, in terms of angel investing as well as venture capital and venture building, with the core focus of blockchain, of course. And there are plenty of areas for me to learn and grow in the Web3 space. And I'll continue to look for good deals, good startups to invest. From MaGEHold and also from True Global Ventures perspective, but also, look eagerly to work with them and build their journey.
Thank you. So now I think we now enter into a Q&A session, I guess.
Thank you once again for everyone's support and your insights, and I'm sure our audience has learned a lot from it. So may I invite all speakers to come to the stage front for a group photo, and with Bowie on the screen. So we may stand for a group photo time. Great, thank you so much. And would I invite all speakers to proceed off stage and with Nancy to remain on stage. And I believe we still have some InnoClub information to be shared with our audience.
Hello. Thank you. So it's a really very interesting panel discussion, and today I also would like to grab this chance to promote the InnoClub co-created by Hong Kong TDC and also Hang Seng Bank. Actually, yesterday is our first year anniversary, and I would like to recap by quoting some impressive numbers. Last year, the InnoClub has recruited over 500 InnoClub members, and also we have received more than 1,000 of registrations to our events. Last night during the Metaverse party, we have also received over 200 registration, and the event results is great. I already heard some of our colleagues exploring some new business collaboration today. So let me just re-emphasize the ambition and also our mission of creating InnoClub. So InnoClub is a platform to assist the entrepreneurs in Hong Kong and also the SMEs in Hong Kong to further digital